Question number 5 says, write each ratio using ratio notation. Ratio notation. And that's just a fancy way, for example, if this is ratio notation, or this is ratio notation, or this is ratio notation. But we'll assume this to be ratio notation, and we'll use that for our questions. It says, do not write your answers in lowest terms. Just keep it as is. So for A, $2 compared to $8 would be a ratio of 2 to 8. And I'm tempted to reduce that down to 1 to 4, but the instructions clearly say don't, so I won't. I will resist the temptation. The width of the cover of this book compared to the length in centimeters. Well, you can't see the book, but I can. And if I take my ruler, the actual width of the cover of our math book is approximately, wait for it, 21 centimeters. And the length, which I would assume to be the longer of the two, is 26 centimeters. And actually, that's in lowest terms, I believe, so that's actually something we can't reduce, which is great. In a class of 14 to 30 students, 14 of 30 students are girls. What is the ratio of boys to girls? Well, if there are 14 girls in the class, 14 of 30, the assumption is there are 16 boys, because there's 30 in the class in total, right? So there has to be 16 boys. So what's the ratio of, make sure you keep the order right, boys to girls? That's 16 to 14, and I will resist the temptation of reducing it to 8 to 7, even though we all know that's what it is. And the last question says, your age compared to that of a 20-year-old person. Well, let's pretend that since this is grade 8, you were all 13 years old. So your age compared to, there's that 2 symbol again, which is this one here. So your age is 13, we'll say, compared to that of a 28-year-old person. Well, good thing yours is 13, because 28 is not divisible by that, so it can't be reduced anyway, and that's the answer to those questions. There's all your ratios.